When we are in this life and we are making these videos, it is not always that easy,
To be always happy
to always
and
have some
smiling.
inspiring messages.
And we will talk about anxiety and how this energy of this low frequencies are very much affecting our life, even though we don't call it anxiety. It's just we are not aware of it sometimes, and we think something's wrong with us. And that's, for example, what I have experienced last nights, because I have always been extremely sensitive person. I know about people's energy more than they do. I know about their future sometimes, like very long ahead than they do. And if I go into the room, I feel people's energy. If I go to the shopping center, I feel, everything, and I am really aware of a lot of things. And I believe that a lot of people have this, especially extremely sensitive people who are empaths. Empaths is usually Anita Morjani used this word, and I absolutely am aligned with this, because she always is thinking about how, if other people are okay, if other people are fine. I am just worried too much sometimes about other people, and so on. And so we are in the place in life where we are basically now living without a home, but we have an amazing background by my father, my parents, and we are very much without a home because we have a dog which has had a little bit health problems, which were absolutely devastating for me, because if you have some being around you which is not feeling well and you are empath, you want that being to be well, because it is touching you so deeply that you just can't be in life like relaxed. You just have to provide for whoever it is the maximum you can. So it's one of our struggles. And then there is a lot of programs on top of it which make you, for example, or make me to be too active, like overly active, overly delivering. It comes from childhood. I believe everybody knows what it is. And then there is some health issues which could be I really don't want to really share about that too much in the details, but now I'm experiencing, for example, huge carpal tunnels symptoms, which are absolutely communicating from my body, hey, stop, don't touch anything, because the hands are energy of doing. And if you're still doing and providing and caring, not for yourself but for others, this is what happens. If you have problems with carpal tunnels, I'm 1000% sure that if your previous life would be only about having fun, laying next to the pool and drinking pina colada, you would never have carpal tunnel. You have it because you provide something too much for others. You are wanting to finish something for others, deliver, to do stuff, and you never take a rest. So this is what body communicates, and it's very scary, because in evenings it gets much worse, and during the night the stress hormones, even though I, for example, try to relax the body and I do all the techniques and all the meditations, the mind is so strong sometimes that it doesn't let you sleep, because it creates so much cortisol and adrenaline and all those stress hormones which keep you super awake So tonight I slept like 2 or 3 hours, and previous 2, 3 nights as well. And I know that this happens to people. They are asking themselves, why can't I sleep? Why can't I sleep? So I started to discover that if we are stressed, we are hyperventilating. And the problems with, for example, carpal tunnels or nerves problems or neurological problems or whatever you have in your body gets much worse because the oxygen is oversaturating the blood, and we have to start to maybe, the Buteyko breathing, which says 4 seconds inhale and 8 seconds exhale, and in between some breath holds. You can study it somewhere else on YouTube channels, and I know that it calms down and makes the parasympathetic nervous system a little bit more in tune, and it can help with anxiety a lot. So I am planning to do that because it's very scary, and I think the breathing is very much the key, because as I studied so far, we are oversaturating us with oxygen, and also the mental health for very sensitive people it's very challenging to stay to cut everything off and just stay focused on yourself, and it will force you sooner or later, because you will have definitely some health problem or digestive problem or whatever, so you can pay attention only to you and not to others, which I have since I was a child, very, very, very little child. And it still just continues, and we sometimes, even though we are working on ourselves and doing all these courses and all these methods, it's anyways there, and we sometimes forget, and it takes over for a few days, and then we have to go back in 3 weeks. We are fine again, and then it can start again and again to trigger our nervous system the way, until we train it so much that we can live pretty much normal life with the awareness that we are sensitive. Sister, for example, I came to her and I said, hey, you will have a child. And I told her 2 months prior. She even got pregnant. And she didn't count on having children. And these things happen normally because I feel it from the field. And this is really a gift, and it can be a curse as well, because the nervous system is so overhyped all the time that it needs a lot of awareness and work. So just wanted to share this video for people who are having these issues and these difficulties, that it's just so frustrating for you probably to see everybody smiling and everybody's cool and happy, and then you don't hear from anybody that they are doing something similar or going through something similar. So that's why I'm making this video. I'm making it also for me, because I want to look at myself, how I felt really bad, when I will be feeling really good, and I want to remember that, because it's gonna change. It's going to be, if you want to have it changed, it's gonna change. I believe that. I believe even I am in this state now, and my mind is saying, oh, it's not possible, and nothing makes sense. Meditations don't make sense. Nothing is really it. I still believe within my soul that it can change, and that's why I don't give up. I will study more about the breathing. I will do meditations again. I will be aware of, and I'll try also CBD. It's also quite good in case you're dealing with something like that. It's great. Maybe I don't know. I will try it. You have some input?
When we come to this planet, we don't get a user manual to figure out how this body works, how this highly complex mind works, how we can use it and operate with it to have a happy life. So we have to all figure it out by ourselves. We have to find some strategy or technique that works for us. That's why we look out for inspiring people, leaders, spiritual leaders, and we use it to find our way.
For example, me, I am really good with my meditations, and I tune my body into quite good state, you know, quite good energy. And then my dog starts to be having problems, you know, and I'm low again because I am so unhappy. And then something else comes and it makes me go lower and lower. And then there is so many things to juggle in life that I feel that it's so crazy, and I know I am aware of that I am creating it, that I am taking too many things in. And I know that people like me have to really be aware of what's happening, even though you go retrospective and you remember, oh, I did this, I did that, and it led to this. Start to more observe what is leading you to what. And if you are having troubles sleeping at night, try to really just work with the breathing, with the breath, because you are definitely hyperventilating, which is you're over oxygenizing your body, which is making
feel
you
tingling in your
can feel,
extremities.
yes, tingling, and then you have to take magnesium and it still doesn't work. So the body, and try to breathe with the nose only. So that's, I'm saying it, what I do now, because it is promised that it helps, but it's not a quick fix. And we all, and me as well, we just have to have everything fixed in this moment or yesterday, because we are not able to be in discomfort any minute, you know, and we have to have it all done right now. And if you want to do this work with your anxiety and so on, you have to be willing to be in discomfort, and you have to be willing to take your time, because the mind wants to have finished everything right now, and the body needs time. The body needs a proof. Hey, are you really going to stop working like crazy, or is it just that you will be a good girl for a few days and you will start again? No, it wants like to be proved. You know, your body is saying, hey, prove it to me. Just, I'll give you these troubles. You will show me how you behave to me nicely, and you will be a good girl to me, and I'll stop that. I'll just stop having all the ailments. It's gonna be like that. And this is my theory about the body, and I'm pretty much in tune with it, so I am convinced that it works like this. Do you want to say something from your perspective of living with a person who has these troubles, because you have had these troubles in the past and now you see this in me? So how it is for you? What can you do?
I'm very grateful that I have experienced this as well, or I could still experience it, that I felt anxious at night and I was totally stressed and in survival, because this way I can have compassion for her. I know how it can go. I can have compassion with you if you're experiencing it. Before I was very reckless and selfish, and I would not have any understanding for this, for people experiencing something like this. And I think most people just, instead of finding some user manual or finding a way that works for them, they just numb the pain with distractions. They just load so many distractions on them that they don't even have ever time to look at themselves. And whenever there is a stop in their life, then they're being shown all these struggles and those buried emotions, and they have to deal with it, and it's very much to deal with. And yes, life is easy, you know, the correct affirmation is it's not hard to change, it's easy to change, and everybody can do it, and we need to soften ourselves to this approach and just be more loving and kind. But I also very much understand how it can be really challenging and really hard to change. And that's especially because we are in those emotions of the past, in those limiting emotions which pull us down, and it makes it really hard to get back up. And when we are in this negative state for a very long time, then it becomes stronger and stronger. And it's a good thing, because also when we practice to become more positive in life and happy and loving, that will also become stronger and stronger, and the little wind is not going to blow you right back to the negative feelings. You're going to be very strong in this. So it's good that it is that way, but first we need to get there where we can be happy in life.
And it is a process, you know. I now know that I was overworking myself, because it was like a plaster for certain emotions and for certain body states which I have to deal with, and I didn't want to deal with them subconsciously, so I was just overloading me with stuff to do, and it was like from morning to the evening, and I didn't even stop for having normal proper lunch, and then I had digestive problems. I couldn't go to the bathroom, I just couldn't eat, and because the emotions don't allow me to eat, the stress emotions, when you are in high stress, you don't want to eat because there is no time to digest your food. It's time to run, right? And you have to be really strict, you know. You have to have your food, you just make the body, or I have to make my food, I have to sit the body, and it's so boring. I have to eat bigger portions, and it's just like forcing a child to just eat, and then I can have normal, you know, elimination process. Otherwise I was suffering like crazy for so many years. It's just because of the stress hormones don't allow you to eat. And I know that a lot of people could hear this video, and it might help you, and it might make you feel like you're not alone, because it's so uncomfortable for me to share this. It's really, I never wanted to make videos about me and about these things.
We only want to share when we are in a good state.
Yeah, and in a high state and so on, but I know that I just can't, past few days I really can't make very good videos, and
it's just a part of life, and we have to deal with it. We have to get through this.
It's part of life, definitely, and you are worthy to be happy. But also we are here, and the soul is interested in how it tastes when we are in different kind of emotions. So with a humbleness and with a lot of gratefulness that I have made it through those nights, I can say that the body loves us and the universe loves us still, because that's why you're watching this video. You're still good, you're here, you still can change it, and it is possible to change it, because tomorrow it might be really cool and I can already figure it out, or right now I am already doing something what I have never done, sharing this video or something like that. So it could be just anything which can make you feel better. So maybe it's enough from my side. I don't want to give you too much low energy, or I don't know, people say low and high energy. It's just normal life energy.
Exactly, this is not low energy.
But person who feels like it right now, it's just knowing that they don't want to have anybody laughing and smiling and look great in a video, that they are probably very happy that I didn't do my hair and and stuff like that. So I know how you're feeling, and I hope it made you a little bit, at least it supported you at least, so you're not alone.
Yeah, and also something, when you catch yourself or when you see yourself being stressed, 100 times every night, and it happens 100 nights in a row, just remember how many times of those 100 did you get up and you were well, and you know, you didn't have to stress. You can just remind yourself the next time when it happens, hey, you know, I stressed and there was never a problem in the end. So
Yeah.
why would I be stressed now if most likely the score is really high that you're going to be fine the next day?
Yeah, but while you have anxiety or this crazy emotions, you feel like you're dying.
Yeah.
You feel like you are super hyperventilating. In the past, in the most tough times, not now, but I used to have to, I was living by myself, I had so much work and so much pressure, and I had to hang my body halfway from the window and just get more oxygen, even though I was super saturated with oxygen. Now I know that. I did not have this information yesterday. Now I know it. I study it now. And I prayed for something to just change it, and this came, and it makes sense. You know, if you're oversaturating, your body becomes number, it's tingling, and you're loose, you're not walking straight, you don't see well because too much oxygen. So try to breathe with the nose during the day, try to calm down, and try to not talk too much. So I'll already stop the video because if you talk too much, you're taking in too much oxygen.
Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you. She just farted like the biggest fart. And you can always go to your animal as well and hug them. Because they are here for you, right? To make you feel better as well sometimes. And she loves it anyways. To be helpful sometimes.